Draw new. Draw. Loose. Those are the whistling arrows. Now, one more long round to go. So archery just about dies out for us. The Americans step in and save it. The English in the end come back and reclaim it. Now there are several different bows on this field, so if everybody could knock up an arrow for a moment. You'll see we have several different choices of shooting tackle today. We have the classic longbow. Those are the ones that don't really have an arrow shelf, and you're shooting off the left side of the bow. The American longbows are made out of a series of laminates and have a cut-in arrow shelf. You can deliver the first arrow. And so they're slightly different. And then I have this bow, which is completely different from all the others, and I'll explain it in a moment. You'll see with the longbows, you're not shooting through the bow. There's no arrow shelf. You're shooting around the bow. So when we build a bow, we have to match arrows to that bow. The arrows have to match it. They have to have just enough bend to crook around the handle and then come back and fly straight. It's called the archer's paradox. To fly straight, the arrow has to bend. Now if the arrow is too stiff, it doesn't bend and you always kind of shoot to the left. If the arrow is too soft, it bends too much and you kind of always shoot to the right. So the arrow has to match the bow. This bow is completely different. This is called a Turkish horse bow. It was used by the Turks and the Mongols first. And it's 5 separate pieces, and in theory, there should be no wood in this bow. It was made out of water buffalo. They used bone for these little ears on the end called sia, and for the handle. The limbs were made out of shaved buffalo horn that was glued up and pressed in a form to give it this shape. Because there are no trees on the steppes of Russia. It's a desert. So they had to make it out of animal, which is what they did.